When we first open up After Effects, we get this window, Welcome to After Effects. Here we see the previous projects I was working on. I'm gonna close this window. And here we see the After Effects interface. We have the workspace default selected. We can change the workspace by clicking here. And we see different options like animation, for example, color, essentials graphics, text. We can change the workspace from here, or I can go to window, workspace, and I can change from here, workspace, like this. I'm gonna go back to default, workspace, default. I click. I can also move things around. I can take this right here. I can take this right here. And if I want to go back to the way things were, I can right click here on default and click on reset to saved layout, or I can click on window, workspace, reset default to saved layout. And now we're back. Now I'm gonna create a composition. To do that, I can click here, new composition. I can also click on composition, new composition. That's another way. I can right click right here in the project panel and click on new composition, or I can click on this small icon, create new composition. I click, and now we get this window with all these options. We can modify these options like the width, the height, the frame rate, the duration, and we can also choose a preset. From here we have a long list of presets like this. I'm gonna choose this preset, HD 1920 by 1080, and the frame rate 29.97 frames per second. I'm gonna change the duration to 10 seconds. To do that, I'm gonna replace these two numbers by 10. I can do this, or I can select everything and write 10 and add 0 for the frames. So it's 10 seconds and 0 frames. We see here is 10 seconds. I click away, I see 10 seconds. If I select everything and I write 30, that's equal 1 second. If I write 60 frames equals 2 seconds. I'm gonna go back 10 and I add 0, 10 seconds. I click away, background color, I'm gonna choose black. I can choose any color, of course, from here. I'm gonna choose black and click on OK. Click on OK once again, and now we have comp 1, our new composition. It's opened up right here, composition comp 1, and we have here the timeline comp 1, and the duration is 10 seconds. I can go back to my comp, right click, composition settings, and modify my settings. Let's say, for example, I'm gonna modify the name to XXV. Modify the duration to 5 seconds, for example, and background color to red. Click on OK and click on OK, and just like that we have new settings, and we see the comp is only 5 seconds long. I'm gonna go back. To go back, I click on edit and click undo composition settings, and now we're back to the old settings. In the desktop, I have this folder, and inside this folder we have 5 images. I'm gonna bring them to After Effects. I'm gonna import them in After Effects. To do that, I go to After Effects. Here in the project panel, I right click, import file. Now I have to go to desktop, introduction to AE. I'm gonna choose the 5 images and click on import, and just like that we have the 5 images inside After Effects. I can create a folder here in the project panel to organize my files by right clicking and click on new folder, or I can click here, create a new folder. I can name it files, for example. I can click on this folder and rename it again if I want to. I select the images and I'm gonna put them inside my folder like this. I take this one, the car image, and I put it inside, and now we have the 5 images inside this folder right here, organized like this. Now I'm gonna save my project. To do that, I click on File, Save As. I'm gonna choose the location, desktop, introduction to AE, and I'm gonna call it AE project. I click on Save. And now I find my new file right here.